What's up, guys? Look, man, I got some information for y'all, man. If you think about coming to Maverick, man, I'm gonna put you ahead of the game. You gonna get out. You gonna leave that program. You gonna know what to do. You gonna know what to do before you go to the program, man. Check the Instagram out. Check the Facebook out. I got how to use the red binder, how to use the yellow binder, how to use your tablet in the truck. All type of stuff, man. I even show you how to secure shotgun coil. If you've been watching my channel, man, y'all know I put y'all on straight game on a lot of stuff. And I got on my Instagram, Facebook, y'all check it out on the left side right here. Look, everything on here, man. Check it out.
Show the flatbed since you talk about flatbed. All right, you got your straps. These I know Maverick's gonna teach y'all this, but this red line means if you ever see that broke, that strap's not good no more. It's lost its strength or whatever. You always want to make sure these straps are not rubbing to where they cut or anything like that. Here's what the state trooper told us. He can be going southbound on the interstate. You're going northbound, and all he has to do is while you're going the other way is look, and if them flaps are flapping, he's gonna make a U-turn because that's an unsecured load. That's an easy ride up.
Pay attention, guys. Pay attention, because
I've been out here too long. I done seen all this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Same way on unloading or loading. There's a guy over here at US Pipe that hauls pipe, him and his buddy, for Alabama carriers, and they've been hauling it for years. He goes and undoes a load of pipe, and one of the stakes that holds that pipe in place had come out, and he didn't know it. And his buddy would come around the building, and when he come around the building, he looked, all that pipe's on the ground. Well, he didn't know it. His friend was underneath that pipe that killed him. So when he did the last strap, all that pipe fell on top of him and it killed him. And I studied it. I studied this kind of stuff. I look at wrecks. I'm like, what could he have done to prevent that? What could he have done to do this or that? If it was me, then what I would have done, instead of undoing the last middle strap, I would have probably come back here and undone this strap. That way I could run that way. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's just, you got to find out where was the mistake made. How could you have prevented that? Because the pipe was going to come off once he undid it. You know, he didn't realize the stake was gone and stuff. So you got to pay attention to stuff. Yeah,
you really do. Everything he's saying, listen to him, because he been driving for 30 years. I'm telling you, everything he's saying is true.
Yeah. Another thing too is if you're flatbedding, you're going to be around equipment. You're going to be out in a construction place, and if they're running a backhoe or they're running a piece of an equipment, make sure you stay away from it, because they're going to be busy worrying about what they're doing, and they're going to accidentally come around and you're trying to unload something and they're going to hit you with their piece of equipment. They'll kill you. So always be around when you're in the construction place and you're unloading or loading. Always make sure they see you and kind of pay attention to what that equipment's doing, because they don't know you're there sometimes.
Yep, and sometimes you will be delivering in a construction area at Maverick. Sometimes.
Yep.
And them steel mills too.
So you load lumber. Y'all will teach them all about that. There's tricks to the lumber. One of the tricks I teach our students, see, we teach this stuff that schools don't teach, but I see it and I'm like, okay, you're gonna remember this. And I have a phone call, they'll say, hey, I'm up here in Nebraska and I keep hearing, when I'm doing this, I keep hearing your voice saying, you're gonna see this again. And on a load of lumber, if you got a load of lumber and you lay it flat on the ground and you got pieces of lumber, 4x4s or 2x4s or whatever, and I know everybody has seen it, you'll see boards coming out the front and the back. And what's happening is the road is so rough and the vibration, all these boards will start shifting their way out. Well, to stop that is, you take a 4x4 and put it under this side and angle the load like this, and then go back here in the back and put a 4x4 back there and angle the load like this. So now your lumber is going to the middle of the trailer where it won't go nowhere, because it's going up against the other load. So it ain't got no way to go out this way because it can't go uphill. And in the back here, it can't go uphill that way. So that's just by putting 2 4x4s, one here and one back here, just to raise that front end up just a little bit to keep that board from coming out. A lot of flatbed guys know that. And if you look at the trailers going down the road, you'll see that. If you ever see the ones where the boards are sticking out, he won't have that on there. And he's having to fight that because there's no way to really get that board in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Okay.
So, but y'all do a lot of, flatbed companies do a lot of training that we can't train, but we do tell them a lot of stuff that they're gonna see out here that y'all reemphasize that when y'all get them and stuff. So.
And that's second week in securement. You come with your license, second week in securement, they're gonna teach you everything: coil, lumber, out of sky coil, so different type of load, shotgun coil. But this is a great CDL school. He telling you a lot of stuff that a lot of CDL schools don't really tell you. He breaking it down. A lot of these CDL schools really just want to get you in the truck, take your money, and that's it. They don't really try to break it down just like he did.
Well, my son, my adopted son went to a place in Indiana and paid $5,000. And I don't know why he did, but he did. And so he paid $5,000. And when he come up here one day was seeing me, and he was watching my students, he said, "What are they doing over there?" And I said, "They're doing coupling, uncoupling." I said, "Did you not do coupling, uncoupling?" He said, "No." He said, "We just basically did CDL stuff." I said, "How did you get licensed and not know how to connect to a trailer or unconnect to a trailer?"
Well, I don't do that.
Yeah. And so then he looked over and he said, "Well, what are they doing over there?" And I said, "Well, they're doing back and serpentine, where they're back between the barrels." "Well, why are they doing that?" I said, "Because you're going to do it out here." I said, "So that's a class size. We teach you how to back in between barrels." And so the stuff that we teach is not only CDL, it's other stuff that you're going to see out here, you know. And so what he did was he paid $5,000 just to do the CDL stuff and get CDL license. And then let me share this. He lost them license because if you remember when you got your permit, the first offense with alcohol is you lose them for a year. He got caught drinking and driving, so he lost them for a year. And about 3 weeks later, he wrecked his truck with a DUI, and now he don't have CDLs. So he's lost them for life. So that $5,000 is out the window. And he had a good job, and he lost that.
Do not drink alcohol. Do not do drugs. It's not worth it. You're gonna mess your CDL up. And I had another question for you. If anybody was trying to get their CDL, what type of grants they can get? Do you know any?
There is a lot of programs going to nowadays that you got a lot of people that Skills for Success is who we use, or they use us. It's funded by the government, so the government will send you through here. You don't have to pay anything other than your gas to get here, and you may have to pay for your license and all that, but as far as the schooling part, they cover all that. And so there's a lot of programs. I know we offer them. Some of the other colleges in Alabama offer the same thing. Skills for Success. And Jason knows more about that because he's on the business side of it, you know. But I know there's a lot of students that come through here with grants and special programs. They can come through here, you know.
So who would they need to talk to? Just him, or just like how would they find this?
Call our office, Bevill State Community College, truck driving training, and Sherry is our secretary. She'll put you on what to do and how to do it, and get you enrolled and show you how to do everything. 6 weeks is our course. Some do it in 3. 3 is basically learning the basics. You got to learn everything ELD wise. That's the book, everything about trucking before you come here. And then your 6 weeks you're here, I teach you the book, the whole book. And so that's the difference. And plus you get a little bit more driving and all that in the 6 weeks. 6 weeks, it don't need to be shorter than that. There's just too much there's just too much you got to learn. And 6 weeks it's about the max. Now, if you're going to drive an automatic, I could have you drive it in a week. But if you're in the manual, it's going to take a little bit longer. You know. And everybody, I've had people that's never drove a manual, and they can shift good because they listen to what we try to tell them, and they try. That's the main thing, is try. And don't try to do it your way. Try to do it what we're trying to ask you, and they'll pick it right up. You know.
What tips will you give them if they trying to learn how to do a manual truck and they just stalling it out? Because, just trying to clutch it and, you know, trying to...
First off, if you're going to shift, you manually have to shift from one gear to the next. We tell our students on the first week, we give them a shift diagram, and we said, these are your gears. I can't teach you that because I know where the gears are. You've got to learn them. So we give them that paper. They have to mentally put it up here to know where 7th is. Button up, 7th's in the front, in the middle. 5th gear, button down, it's always the right to the back. Those are the parts I can't teach you, and if you don't know where your holes are, you're not going to be able to shift. But if you can at least know where the hole is at, then we can get you there. Does that make sense? Because you're at the area, we just got to let you see how to feel it. And then the next thing is make sure your hand and your leg is married. When this hand moves, that leg's got to move, and you only got to mash the clutch about that far, and that's so it'll go out. It loosens the gears so they can pull apart, and then when you get ready to mash the clutch for it to go in gear, they're loose, so they'll go together. That's the only thing it does, the clutch, when you clutch it. Just makes them where they're loose, where they come apart. Automatic starts out like when you put your car in drive. When you pull out up here, it starts off in first. That truck right there, if you're loaded, you start off in first. If you're empty, you can start off in a higher gear, which is third. But when you rev up your RPM, your car automatically shifts. That's why you feel it shift. Well, it goes to second. Well, a truck, when it revs up, you manually have to go to second. And so you need to learn how to get your hand and your leg in rhythm. Like a quarterback, I use this illustration. A quarterback and receiver, a quarterback throws the ball, and if he throws it too soon, he's ahead of his receiver. And if he throws it too late, he's behind the receiver. But when the receiver runs to the 10-yard line and he turns and it hits him in the stomach, that's perfect timing, and that's what you got to have.
Yes,
Perfect
sir.
timing.
That's it. It's a great video. He gave y'all so many tips. This guy here is excellent. I ain't never.
I've been doing this 10 years.